I could say so many things about eyebrows. Everybody that walks past me, the first thing I look at is their eyebrows. My personal style is not very natural. It's always super sharp. The reason I love Superbrow, I actually really love the pencil and the powder as well, but the Superbrow for me really gives me the shape that I like, and it's super opaque, super long wear, it's really high pigmented, and it comes in all of these crazy colors that I get to experiment with. I've never had that in a brow product before. Today I'm going to walk you through how to get my dramatic, perfectly sculpted brow. So for the Superbrow, I always love to use the new number 70 brow brush. If you're wanting a sharp, defined brow, this is going to be your best tool. It's great for drawing on individual hairs and to get your tail nice and sharp. For my brow, I'm gonna go with black brown. I usually use black, but today I'm gonna go a little bit softer. If you start at the front of the brow, it's just going to look super boxy and thick into kind of a thin line. So I always like to start at the arch where you're going to have the most product. It's going to give you a nice defined arch into the tail, and then I like to fill in the front of the brow. I like to dip my brush straight in the pot, so I wipe off any excess product on the top of my hand so I can kind of go back into it and use it just for the softer areas. I'm going to start at the arch at the highest point, and I like to create the shape first before filling in the brow. Pull through to the end of the tail, and it's okay if it's a bit messy because I'm going to show you how to clean it up. And now I'm going to go to the top part of the brow. Same thing as the bottom, starting at the arch and pulling it into the tail. I'm just filling in the center to the tail. I'm not going too far forward just because I don't want any heaviness through the front of the brow. And with this brush, you can see that it just makes it so sharp. All right, now I'm going to go in and just kind of softly fill in to the front of the brow. And I feel like a lot of people struggle with the front just because most people are a little bit more sparse just right here. I can create little fake hairs with this product with the tip end of this brush. And again, it's so easy to just pull this brush flat down and create a nice straight line. If you've ever noticed, if you're trying to take super up-close photos of your brow, it can look super filled in, but as soon as that flash goes off, you'll see little sparse areas. So I like to make sure and comb forward just to get any of those areas I may have missed in the initial application. For those of you that have a little bit more of a sparse front from over-tweezing, waxing, we've all done it. So I'm going to show you how I like to create little fake hairs using the tip of this brush. I'm using my remainder of the product, and I'm just starting from the bottom and flicking up. I'm not applying too much pressure. If you go down, you're going to get these weird lines that go into where your shadow will be sitting, so I always recommend flicking up. It blends well with your natural hair. And then to soften any brow, I like to go through with a mascara spoolie, just to make sure the hair is going all in the right direction before I make any of my cleanup adjustments. So now I'm going to go ahead and clean up the bottom of my brow to give it the sharp look that I love. I like to use a flat, I guess this is kind of a small eyeshadow brush or a small concealer brush. Anything that's more rounded at the top, I can really load up with my favorite concealer, foundation, and it's going to give me a super sharp line underneath the brow. If you pick up too much product, I always like to wipe off on my hands so my brush is nice and clean so I can go in and diffuse any harsh edges. I like to take a little bit more concealer or whatever you have left over on the brush, and I like to softly diffuse the front of the brow if it does tend to look a little boxy. This is a good trick for anyone that struggles with it getting a little too heavy in the front. Just brush it into the brow just to give it a little bit more of a skin tone transition. Thank you guys so much for checking out my eyebrow tutorial. I really hope that you guys try this out, tag me in all of your looks, and please leave me some comments below. I do read all of them, and I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Bye.